Live from the Series Futsal Arena in Thomastown, Melbourne, welcome to the Clubs Cup semi-finals night. 2 matches coming your way. Michael Chavallo joined by Alex Sivkorovsky. Alex, great to be here with you, mate. We kick off tonight with Fitzroy against Campbellfield. It should be a ripper, and Fitzroy really are the team to beat.
They are indeed, Michael. Thanks for coming along. It's a much anticipated game after Fitzroy gave Canberra a bit of a touch-up last week, 6-0. So revenge is on the cards tonight. The question is, will Campbellfield step up to the plate and take it, or will be revealed in the next couple of minutes?
How do you possibly unravel or solve the riddle that is Fitzroy? How can Campbellfield do it tonight?
Well, I think they're just going to have to get physical. That's the only way they can do it. They've tried to match them pace to pace. It hasn't worked last week. They tried to go one-on-one. It didn't work for them. Maybe get a little bit physical. Maybe make it a bit ugly. Maybe that's what they need to do, just unrattle the supreme team that is Fitzroy.
But why are they supreme, Alex? What has made them so good and so untouchable?
They do the 1%ers consistently over and over again, and then it's like for like. Player comes off, player comes on, and they're exactly the same. They know their job, and they perform it to the T.
So the depth is there for Fitzroy.
Is.
If we're going to pick out a couple of players in the Fitzroy lineup tonight to keep an eye on for all those watching at home and around the country, who do we look out for?
Well, obviously the main person is Scotty Rogan. He's not a futsal roof for no reason, but also I think Corey Sewell. He shows up. He's Mr. Big. When the big games are on, he turns up and he absolutely puts it away. So tonight is going to be a big one for him. For Campbellfield, Enrique Pimenta, he has to turn up tonight. Last week went missing. Really, his team needed him. He wasn't there for him tonight. He has to turn up, and he's really going to have to perform tonight for him if they have a slimmer of chance.
So it will be the first of our 2 semi-final matches for you tonight. Fitzroy versus Campbellfield. They met last week. As you said, it was a drubbing. Fitzroy beating them 6-0, but it was close until the last few minutes when Campbellfield completely crumbled.
They did. They went to fifth man. They had to. They threw everything in a kitchen sink at them. It didn't work. They had the one last ace up their sleeve, and unfortunately, they paid the price. Tonight, will they do the same thing? Maybe, maybe not. But like I said, they're just going to have to do something different because over the last 3 games, they've been absolutely handed a spanking, and something needs to change tonight.
Alex, everyone I talk to here tonight, and I've asked everyone for predictions, everyone is tipping Fitzroy. Are you also on that bandwagon, or are you the 1%er that thinks maybe somehow Campbellfield can do it, they can pull it off?
Look, looking at their lineup for Campbellfield, there was a touch and go whether Mazen Abdallah will turn up tonight. I thought if he wasn't here, Fitzroy will absolutely do him. He's back in the lineup. They have a slight chance, and that's basically maybe a 2% chance of beating Fitzroy.
Fitzroy that dominant in your opinion?
I agree.
Okay, folks, there you have it. Let us know in the comments, who do you think will win tonight? Will it be a drubbing by Fitzroy again? They're coming off that 6-0 win over Campbellfield last time. Or could Campbellfield somehow go kleptomaniac and steal it from Fitzroy and get a place in the final? But as Alex said, well, for him, a 2% chance. And talking to people around the Series Futsal Arena here tonight, they say it's even less than 2%. But you know what? It's futsal, and
That's
anything
right.
can happen.
That's right. And if it's going to happen tonight, is a night. Last week's performance was well below Campbellfield, and it's going to sting. And there's one way to get back at them is beat them tonight and have a chance to be in the finals and take home a trophy. They're playing either Western Wolves or Yarra All-Stars, and Campbellfield can do a number on either of those 2 sides, but they've got to get through Fitzroy first.
You know, you've chosen Scott Rogan as the gun player here for Fitzroy. If there's a dark horse player, though, amongst Fitzroy that Campbellfield needs to pay attention to, who is that?
For me, it'll be Harry Bottas. He's a youngster, and he just comes up at the right time and scores important goals. We've seen it, over the last couple of weeks. He'll just pop up out of nowhere and score a goal, but then you won't hear from him from a game. So I think this is a game where all their attention will be on the key players: Scotty Rogan, Andre Caro, Corey Sewell, and Elias Parthmos and Josh Allen. Harry is a player that will come on and just shake things up and score a goal, 2, maybe even 3, and they'll be like, geez, we forgot about him. That's the depth that they have.
Speaking of scoring, Alex, what do you think? How's it going to go down? What scoreboard are we going to see at the end of the night?
Look, I don't think it will be a 6-0, but I still think it will be a big win. Fitzroy 3-0 for me.
3-0.
Yep.
So Campbellfield to get no goals over the last couple of weeks, right?
Well, look, as form goes, they've only scored 2 goals over the last 3 games, and Fitzroy have put 16 past them. So look, it's a big ask.
But you know what? As we saw with the women's games last night, anything can happen on a given night. Something can turn. The light bulb can switch on suddenly.
Right,
the match can be weighted differently. And hey, Campbellfield are always going to be in there with a chance. Although, as we said, according to most, a very slim chance. We'll go to the court now. We're seeing the teams walk out here. We have Fitzroy in the white and blue, Campbellfield in the orange and white as they line up. And there's quite a buzz downstairs in the dressing room beforehand. Some tension, some nerves, and plenty of excitement as well, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. I think all eyes will be on this one. The league will be watching this one. In particular, Moreland, who will be playing Campbellfield. So Moreland will be watching this one closely because they know they need to figure out how to beat Campbellfield to stay in touch. Obviously, we've got the series futsal, series to go. There's still got quite a number of games left. And so it'll be like all eyes will be on this game, and it'll probably be Campbellfield's most important game, I reckon, this season.
Fitzroy come in 4-1 in their last 5, currently on a 4-game win streak. Campbellfield also 4-1, but losing last game to Fitzroy 6-0. We're about to get underway here at the Series Futsal Arena at Futsal Oz in Thomastown, Melbourne. The team photos, plenty of excitement for this one in our first semi-final of the Clubs Cup. Star players on either team here. Many to look out for. We expect some good skill, a quick tempo, maybe not a high scoring match. It certainly will be exciting either way. And let's see if Campbellfield will open up fast tonight and try and hit it out of the gate against Fitzroy. Fitzroy always looks so composed, don't they? I mean, even pre-game, just looking at them in the huddle on the court, it's just that team atmosphere rings true.
Yeah, and that all comes down to Jimmy Soufas. He's created that team harmony, and he knows what's required. Every player knows their role. As soon as they come on, as soon as they come off, they know what's required of them, and they can't afford to even just be off the pace a little bit, because if they are, Campbellfield will sniff that and really try to put them away. And I think Jimmy would have noted that, say, look, forget about last week. We won 6-0. We've beaten them through 3 games in the series. Forget about that. Today's a new game. We need to focus. Which
is hard to do. And I mean, it's hard to do for Campbellfield as well to get last week's result out of their head. Because you have to wonder, losing 6-0, is Fitzroy in your head? Are they living there rent-free at the moment?
I reckon they are. And the first 5 minutes will dictate how Campbellfield go. If they come out hard and really put the pressure on them, they might have a chance. If they just wither away, I think the game's going to be gone over by halftime.
So the opening 5 minutes is really going to be telling here for Campbellfield.
Crucial.
They've got to come out hard and fast.
They have to. They have to come out fast, hard, and put the pressure on Fitzroy from the get-go.
Okay, folks, we are just moments away from kickoff in this semi-final, Fitzroy versus Campbellfield. Once again, let us know in the comments, who do you think will win tonight and by how much? And you see this very long team huddle here from Fitzroy, as Alex mentioned. The teamwork, the camaraderie, the way they can sub on and off for each other and fill an exact position. The depth of Fitzroy is amazing. But there are star players on the Campbellfield team. Could they steal it tonight? Could they find their way into the final? They've got to rely on guys like Pimenta and Diaz and Chichek. These guys need to perform tonight here at Series Futsal Arena. And as Alex said, Scott Rogan, Andre Caro, Corey Sewell, Elias Partimos, stars for Fitzroy so deep. Harry Rabotis could be that dark horse for Fitzroy tonight. And after one of the longest team huddles I've ever seen, it looks like Fitzroy are about to assemble. And we're nearing kickoff here. Don't forget, we will have semi-final number 2 coming up later on tonight. Crowd continues to file in here on another very frosty Melbourne night. Certainly things about to heat up as Campbellfield get us underway. They are kicking to the right of screen. Early ball out.
So we'll just go through the lineups there. Joel Da Silva, you got Daniel Souza, Yubiri Chichek, Mazen Abdallah, and Danny Chobani starting for Campbellfield. And for Fitzroy, you got Elias Parthamos, Harry Rabotis, Scotty Rogan, Andre Cara and Tyler Lewis in goals. So both teams having definitely their full lineup. It'll be interesting to see who takes it the first real punch, really.
Well, Shabani tried off the right and it was Cicek off the left, but neither man managing to travel the ball very far. But this is a good early sign, an aggressive start here from Campbellfield and just wide of the post early on. This is the start, Alex, we said Campbellfield needed to make.
Yep, absolutely, and that's a good start. Daniel Souza there, almost getting it on goal, just a bit wide. Tyler Lewis would have been worried about that, but that's a good start. They just need to keep the pressure on now.
Fitzroy moving the ball around down that left corridor. That one was intended for Elias Partimos, but just sailed past him. Back in possession here, Campbellfield. High ball just goes outside. Campbellfield already a couple of attempts on goal from distance. Fitzroy trying to work the ball in closer inside their D. Caro centering the ball. Scott Rogan, that very familiar figure. Partimos. Good control here. Switches sides. This is what Fitzroy does so well. Move the ball around, create openings, work angles.
Yeah, and this is where their patience. They patiently wait and open for an opening there and really go for it. So Campbellfield need to make sure everyone is on the same page. They can't afford to have anyone out of shape. As soon as they are, Fitzroy will sniff it out.
Throw in from Sousa. Turn there from Jada Silva. Trying to find the net early. And what a shock to the system it would be if Campbellfield could somehow find a goal in the early get-go. Keeper's ball nicely taken there from Mazen Abdallah.
Yep, Golden Glove winner from last season, so he'll be looking to continue on that tonight's game.
Losing control, Rogan through the centre, just gets muscled off. Nice work here from Campbellfield. A dashing run down the right-hand side, but to no avail, and the ball going out of bounds. It was Ubedi Cicek making that run towards goal before Rogan cut him out.
You can see now they're attempting to throw, but Damian Cicek on his left foot, leading the Golden Boot race. Fitzroy, a win here tonight will make them to go back-to-back grand finals. Last season they were runner-up to Moreland. And funnily enough, Moreland were knocked out in the first round by Western Wolves, who are playing after these guys.
Been good work so far from Cicek and Sousa. Rogan trying to come down the right side of the court. More possession, you feel, so far in favour of Campbellfield. They've certainly been attacking further, Alex.
Yeah, they have, and that's what they needed to do last week as well. So can they keep it up is the question. Bench is looking very light, so it'll be interesting to see how they manage in the second half of this game.
Kick in here from Fitzroy. Rogan tries a shot, nicely blocked and put out of play. He certainly is a target point, Scott Rogan, as you mentioned earlier, Alex. Everything seems to funnel through that number 7.
Yeah, and he's the driving force. He just runs all day. Big engine. As they go back to Caro, goes back to Partimos, who lets one go, and that's a warning sign there.
Partimos loading up that cannon of a right foot of his, just sailing past the post. Most clear shot so far from Fitzroy, with 18 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Partimos couldn't keep the ball in play. Jada Silva furthers it upfield. Nice possession here from Campbellfield inside the D and lobbed over the top. There was a chance in the making there for Campbellfield, but they just couldn't keep the ball low.
Danny Chibani there will be absolutely kicking himself. That was a great chance. He got 1-0 early on, and he can't afford to do that. Every single time you miss, it just gives Fitzroy hope as they go up the other end and you see how quickly they can go into from defence to attack. So pressure is back on Campbellfield now.
Shabani with one of the best opportunities of the game so far, the number 8 for Campbellfield. Will be shaking his head, but they must move past it. It has been the aggressive start we'd hoped for from Campbellfield. Ball in here from Fitzroy. Partimos. Given away there poorly by Fitzroy. Crack of the ball comes from João da Silva. Off the left boot. Again, Uberi-Cicek. And just blocked out there by Fitzroy.
And that's something that Fitzroy will see. You can see Campbellfield long-range shots. That's not going to beat Tyler Lewis there. They've got to really go up close to him and beat him on the 2-on-1 situation. It's going to be very hard to beat him from out wide. You can see quickly on his feet, and they get it. So, best attacking team in Campbellfield versus the best defensive team in Fitzroy tonight, Michael.
Rogan got 3 players around him to Partimos. Now to Caro. Caro tried to slalom past João da Silva. Good defending there from da Silva.
This is where Fitzroy are dangerous here in the set piece.
Long ball to Partimos on the left. And good goalkeeping there from Mazen Abdallah. Partimos went for the right boot earlier. This time it was a gun off the left.
And you can see there's a big save there from the Mad Cat. As they go again, as Rogan lets one go. This time it was blocked. So, again, Fitzroy slowly working themselves in the game.
You can sense the thermometer rising, creeping up for Fitzroy here. Chance down the side, missed there for Danny Chobani. Back in possession now, off the right boot and plays it straight into the keeper. Long ball down, headed there from Partimos.
Cicek now looking up, trying to get something going. Souza looks up, nothing really on. That just have to hold possession here. Be patient, Campbellfield.
Playing it around in the back here, Campbellfield. See what opens up further up the court. Chobani was hoping for it. Ball was intended for Daniel Sousa, but a little too wide for him.
See Josh Allen now coming on, so early substitution there for Fitzroy, as well as Corey Sewell, so bring on some fresh legs.
Caro plays the ball to the centre. Rogan. The intended target could not be connected from Scott Rogan. Under 15 minutes remaining, maybe a sniff of confidence for Campbellfield that Fitzroy haven't scored. But Campbellfield need to maintain that aggression they were showing in the opening couple of minutes. Chobani. Caro with the ball. Rogan to his left. Looks further a court. Out to his right. Trying to play through the centre here. Caro, short left and nicely taken out of play there. Solid defence. It'll be Corey Sewell to bring it back in. Josh Allen now. Back to Sewell. Off the right. Went low. Keeper met it.
That's another big save there from Mazen Abdallah using his feet this time.
Campbellfield have to stay composed. They cannot get flustered by the way Fitzroy's moving the ball. Here's a chance now for Campbellfield. Down the right, João da Silva. And good goalkeeping there.
Another big chance for Campbellfield up the other end. Zaki Ahmed almost had a chance, but that's good work from Campbellfield. Straight away on the attack. There goes Silva again. Can he put it away? Big save by Lewis there. So the game's starting to heat up a little bit now, Michael.
João da Silva causing headaches down the right-hand side of the court. As Campbellfield up the aggressor meter again. This is the hard style, Alex, you referred to earlier. You said they needed to be aggressive, and that's what they're getting back to now.
Yep, and they have to continue. The thing is, as soon as they take their foot off the pedal, Fitzroy will pounce.
Unable to keep it in play there, Chobani. Rogan to bring it back into play here. Such a central figure, Scott Rogan. Still not knowing which way to go. Back to Rogan. Squares it down the centre. Ball comes off the chest of Ahmed. Big, tall, imposing figure. Abdirizak Ahmed. Off the right boot from a very tight angle. Danny Jabani. But the ball had gone over the line.
Yep, just needed to hold on to it there, wait for runners to come in. But you never know. Sometimes catch a keeper off guard. That time was wide, but again, good pressure here from Campbellfield as they're making some substitutions now. We see Nathan Long coming on, Daniel Souza getting a well-earned rest, Enrique Pimenta also coming on, so changing it up both teams. So it's a bit of a chess match at the moment. No one really pulling out the big guns. They're just slowly moving their pawns into place.
Campbellfield trying to create angles and openings. Back heel there, unsuccessful. Ball comes to Pimenta. To the far side here. Nathan Long was hoping for it. It's back to Jabani, close side. Off the left boot, low. No mustard behind it, though, from Danny Jabani. He's been a real threat so far.
He has been. He's one that can just create magic out of nothing. They're looking for Pimenta, but the ball just a bit too long there. He comes off for a well-earned rest, and Yubedi Chichet coming on now. So good substitutions from both teams as Campbellfield just get rid of it, and a smart play, reassess, reset, and just get focused on the game again.
Rogan to Sill. Sill off the right, but actually hit the outside of the left boot and sailed well away from goal. Back in possession here, Campbellfield. 11 minutes remains. First half, draw 0-0 at the moment. Trying to muscle his way through there. Chichek. Pimenta.
So clean game so far. No fouls from either side, so that's good to see.
Pimenta looking forward. Right into the legs of Ahmed. Pimenta centres it. Tight man marking here from Fitzroy. Pimenta again. Chichek. Ball just flashed wide there. Unable to move it really deep, though, towards the D, Campbellfield, as Fitzroy pressing their defence nicely.
Yeah, and that was a good movement there from Enrique, but Turo just maybe just a second too fast. But nevertheless, still, it's good work from Campbellfield. Fitzroy on the back foot at the moment, but in control.
Here's a chance, and keeper meets the ball, taken by Mohamed Sabri. Down the right side now, Fitzroy. Chance to square it. Partimos. Right boot in close. Sill gets dispossessed. Ahmed. Partimos. Moving the ball well here, Fitzroy. What can they fashion? Nice interception. It's on now for Campbellfield. Nathan Long.
Just overworking it a little bit there was Campbellfield. They're still holding the ball, which is the main thing. Long. Ooh.
Getting physical here for Long. He's got it again. Chances on, and just to the outside there from Arturo Diaz.
Yeah, just picked the wrong ball there. Needed to be on the ground and give Pimenta a chance to get under control, but just a bit too high. But it's a lot better from Campbellfield, really putting the pressure on now.
Caro seeing what's available to him. It's Partimos out to his right. Partimos back to Caro. Slowing things down a little, Fitzroy, trying to open up the court. Squares the ball. Partimos was the target. Didn't reach him, though. Opportunity off the left, and they've scored! How about that from Chichek?
And that's the goal they've been waiting for, and it's finally come. Yubedi Chichek opens it up.
We wondered about this, Alex. We wondered what would happen if Campbellfield could draw first blood, and they've done that through Chichek.
They have indeed. It was a beautiful ball in, but the finish as well sent Lewis the wrong way. And just sometimes as a keeper, just hit it in the sweet spot. Nothing you could do there from Tyler Lewis, but that's a good start there from Campbellfield. That's what they wanted. Now this is where Fitzroy hit you on the counter.
Chichek, who won the league Golden Boot with 29 goals. That dangerous left foot of his coming into play again as Caro has a crack. But now we've got a game on our hands.
This is where Fitzroy step it up now. This is where they put the pressure on and really squeeze Campbellfield. So they set off a warning sign, and there he is.
Ahmed, close there. Had an opportunity. Is it a corner here? It is indeed. Set piece now. Calling for it is Josh Allen. Doesn't go in that direction. Partimos tries to square it. Ball goes out of play. Another corner here for Fitzroy. Allen awaiting. Partimos sends it in. Campbellfield pick it up on the counter now. Opportunity for Enrique Pimenta charging down. Just not to be.
And it's a timeout call there by Campbellfield. That's good coaching there from Sarge Chichek. He's just recuperate his team now. So we're going to go to a quick ad break. We'll be back right after these messages. Don't go away.
Well, just 6 days ago, Fitzroy defeated Campbellfield to make it 3-0 on head-to-head in a match that was close, with Campbellfield falling apart in the end and losing 6-0. And here we have Campbellfield ahead 1-0 in the semi-final. Is a shock on the cards, high boot there.
As I say, it's a week is a long time in futsal, and it would have been the longest week for Campbellfield, but they're off to a good start. Interesting note, Scotty Rogan came off and they conceded, so maybe that's the plan. When Scotty is off, they can attack more. There's a foul there by Corey Sewell on Nathan Long.
Things getting a little more physical here, a little more heated, as to be expected, with so much at stake. Can Campbellfield possibly fashion a second goal against their arch nemesis, Fitzroy? Chichek tried to square it into Pimenta, who was right in front of the net. There's been some good combinations between those two happening down the right side of the court tonight. Campbellfield to bring it in. Back heel cleverly done. Crack off the left, it is another one! It's happened! 2-0! And what a thunderbolt from Pimenta!
And that's all we expect from him, and that was missing last week. Tonight, absolutely turning it on now. And it was a good set piece there.
An absolute cannon from Pimenta. Gets around Caro, off the left, into the top of the netting. 2-0 Campbellfield. Can you believe it? If you've just joined us, you're not dreaming. Campbellfield is leading Fitzroy 2-0 with 5 minutes 15 remaining in the first half of this semi-final.
It is a big last 5 minutes here. Can Campbellfield hold on? They just need to get it to halftime at this scoreline, and that puts the pressure back on Fitzroy. So far, so good. The only question is, can they continue?
Hardly anybody giving Campbellfield a chance tonight. They said snowflake's chance in hell that they'll beat Fitzroy, but here they are 2-0 up as Rogan slaloms around the midfield, has a crack off the right boot and straight into the arms of the keeper.
That's another big save there from Abdullah. cool as you liked it.
Caro through the centre. The intensity upped now for Fitzroy. Just put over the line by Sill. Confidence oozing. Headed attempt there from Pimenta. You can feel it with Campbellfield, can't you, Alex? They are confident at the moment.
They are indeed, and they just got to keep it up. They just got to keep a level head. They've got to stay in the game. Got to focus at the job at hand. They can't get involved in any dirty tactics.
Rogan with their header. Squares it up to Robotis. Ball put out of play rather sloppily there. You see Partamos shaking his head. A missed opportunity for Fitzroy. If Campbellfield, as Alex said, can come out of the first half 2-0 up, it will be sensational. Long throw in. Just too high for Danny Chobani. Caro. Rogan. Tried to go 1-2. Ineffective, however. Campbellfield a chance to move it around. Pimenta down the centre, hoping for Chobani's right foot, but just couldn't level it.
Good defending here from Campbellfield now. Just allowing not too much space for Fitzroy. They know they're going to attack as that one goes on the side netting. So they've just got to be patient. They've got to be smart with every possession they have.
Rogan capturing it on his chest. It is all Scott Rogan for Fitzroy at the moment. Campbellfield with a sight on goal. Just couldn't get it through though. But my word, they are looking dangerous.
That was a big chance to go up 3-0 before half-time and really...
Jalda Silva with that open chance and just couldn't put it in the net.
Yeah, big block there from Tyler Lewis.
2.5 minutes now until half-time. A scoreline that many, or I should say most, would not believe. 2-0 Campbellfield over Fitzroy. And they've been 2 wonderful goals.
Kept in by Diaz.
Arturo Diaz, long throw, keeper's ball. There will be some stern words from the Fitzroy coaching staff at half-time as Caro in possession. Squares it to Rogan. Thought about the right boot. Caro wasn't there for the return ball. Rogan says, where were you? It's number 3! It's number 3! We've got a landslide on our hands, and it's Campbellfield. And it's stunning.
Well, who could have thought this at the start of the game? Most, as you said, Michael would have tipped Fitzroy to absolutely spank him again, but Campbellfield, something's happened during the week, and it's absolutely turned it on now, and now the pressure's back on Fitzroy because they know they've got to score 4 to come back in this game.
Jalda Silva, the veteran, the most coveted player with 10 league titles, equal with Andre Caro. They used to play together. And in that individual matchup between 2 former teammates, it's De Silva cleanly winning out tonight.
And also best man at the wedding as well, so that's going to be an interesting conversation at the dinner table.
Caro here. Will he play it to Rogan in the centre? Goes alone off the right. Nice defence again from Campbellfield. And a scuttering shot late there from Harry Robotis.
So timeout call there by Fitzroy. That's a good call there from Gab Zabelos here. Maybe just get his troops on the same page and maybe just have a one-set play. If they can get a goal back before half-time, they're in this game. But wow, what a half of futsal so far from Campbellfield.
No free kick says it's Abbott, what a mop up. Abbott, what a great play, little Abbott. Look at it, Abbott. Look at Abbott. Abbott. No way. Oh, there it is. Oh, what a way to score. Holding the ball. The and win it. Over the top, Buddy Abbott. It's got to be good here. And Fitzroy are champions.
how do you prepare yourself for this tournament?
These girls have been training weekly, and we've been putting them to play against under 14 girls and under boys. I think that gives them best preparation. So when they come to these kind of tournaments and they're playing with girls the same age as them, they have that little bit of an edge.
Well done. Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed the tournament and hope to see you guys next year.
Definitely go Dragons.
Welcome back to the Clubs Cup semi-final. Campbellfield 3, Fitzroy 0. A scoreline very few thought they would ever hear, but it is certainly happening. What a first half from Campbellfield so far.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. No one would have expected this at the start. They would have expected Fitzroy to continue on, but wow, we've just seen 3 big punches thrown. Now it's Fitzroy's turn. How do they respond? They've got 30 seconds left for this half. Can they find an equaliser?
Allen with the short kick into Caro. Caro to Rogan. Rogan has a crack. Easy take there for the keeper. From one side of the court to the other. Extraordinary scenes. Good back flick there. Pimenta! A wild crack, acrobatic there from Enrico Pimenta. What a force he has been tonight. The talisman for Campbellfield to end the first half. And once again, that unbelievable scoreline. Campbellfield 3, Fitzroy 0.
It's a big half. We'll go to a quick ad break, ladies and gentlemen. Half-time is upon us. We'll be back for the second half right after these messages. Don't go away. Grab yourself some snack and drinks. Second half is going to be an absolute belter.
Welcome back to the second half of this semi-final match as Fitzroy trailing Campbellfield 3-0. First half goals from Chichek, Pimenta and João da Silva. How will Fitzroy respond? They came in the overwhelming favourites to not only beat Campbellfield but to thump Campbellfield after defeating them 6-0 only a week ago. Yet here they are trailing.
It's been a big week for Campbellfield. They must have done a lot of soul searching, and tonight it's paying off so far as they lead 3-0. No, as you said, Michael, no one would have expected this one, especially not leading 3-0. So it's a big second half, all to play for. As the winner goes through to grand final, it's just going to heat up from here on in.
So much will rely on that number 7 of Scott Rogan, as it has all night, as it has all season. Can he turn it on? Can he work some of his magic to get Fitzroy back into this game?
Interesting now, can Campbellfield continue on from their first half as ball played in? They get another chance at it there. Uberi Chichek playing the short one. Souza quickly taken. Oh, Pimenta inches away.
Glancing across the face of goal, Partamos brings it back in. Here's Rogan, back to Partamos. Can play off both feet, Elias Partamos. Working well here. Rogan to Allen. Allen back to Rogan. Nice back heel. Fitzroy maintaining control, trying to open up the court that was intended for Rogan, and he just drops his head back as if to say, inches short. Desperation may be creeping in now on Scott Rogan. Campbellfield. 3 goals in the first half from the underdogs. Who would have thought that would happen? Partamos to Allen. Allen to Rogan. Back to Partamos. Is there a foul there? The 3 of them working in combination. Oh, straight given to Partamos off the right. No! Just couldn't set the crack. Elias Partamos. Free kick here, Alex.
Yeah, but it looks like Pimenta probably thinking because he went 2-footed. That's probably the reason why. Other than that, there was nothing else in it. So this is where now Campbellfield really need to just get their heads back in the game. Don't argue with the referees. Keep their minds focused. And this is where Fitzroy can really do some damage.
Let's see what the teenager does with this set piece. Off the right, look of the high top corner, but to no avail for Elias Partamos.
So that was a warning sign early on. So Campbellfield need to be careful here.
Allen tried to turn on the ball. Partamos to Sewell onto his left boot. Has a shot, and there's one on the board. Fitzroy's comeback begins. A beautiful left foot placement there from Sewell.
And as we said, they are always going to be back in this game, and it just Campbellfield needed to just keep their cool and not lose their heads. And great finish there from Corey Sewell. Not much Abdullah could do there.
In possession, Campbellfield. The ball intended for João da Silva. 3-1. Under 20 minutes remaining. Still a long time to go. Josh Allen on the far side. On the left! It's another goal! How about this? In the space of 60 seconds, Fitzroy put 2 goals in.
And that's why they're one of the best teams in the country. You can see Josh Allen here hugging the byline and kept going, and then from an impossible angle there, and they put it away. And as we said, Fitzroy are always going to come back, but Campbellfield just need to be ready. That's 2 quick goals, and now the game is on.
Campbellfield has seemingly fallen asleep here. Allowed Fitzroy completely back into the match. It's 3-2. Rogan in possession. Ball goes out. Kick in for Campbellfield. They need to maintain composure. Need to lock down their defense a lot tighter. Da Silva plays it back. Ball intended there for Arturo Diaz. Cannot afford to make these sloppy mistakes, Campbellfield. Partamos brings it back in. Rogan with a shot. Too tight an angle. Switching sides of the court now. Nicely brought down there from Elias Partamos.
Yeah, the pressure's on now on Campbellfield now. They've got to start to worry. Maybe it's creeping in their heads. Are they going to put a couple more and that's it, game over? They just got to keep their cool and continue play their game.
Campbellfield working the ball. Pimenta seeing what lies ahead. What does Pimenta see? He goes long and it drifts into the waiting arms of the keeper. Caro. Rogan. Caro. Lobs it over the top. There's another one. They've equalised. Stunning play. Beautiful assist from Caro. And Fitzroy bring it up to 3 goals apiece.
What a mix-up that was there between Diaz and Mazen Abdallah. You can see here, Rogan just bobbled, waiting for it, and then Caro bobbled it up down the line and in between. And I'm not sure what happened there, whether the call was made, but Corey still punishes him, and it's 3-3. And just like that, Fitzroy are back in this game, and now the pressure's on Campbellfield, and you sense, can they sustain it, or will they just drop their heads and accept the defeat?
It is all one-way traffic at the moment, and the traffic is driving towards Fitzroy. Partamos trying to bring the ball under control on the touchline. Abdurizak Ahmed on the field now, that tall, towering presence up front for Fitzroy. Caro calling for it, it's lobbed towards him off the right boot, and just blocked there by Daniel Sousa.
They're getting in their groove now, Fitzroy. This is where they're most dangerous. Once they get in their groove, very hard to beat.
You can't help but to feel, Alex, that if Campbellfield concede a 4th goal, the floodgates really could open.
Absolutely.
Rogan with an attempt just blocked there by De Silva.
This has probably been their best chance to take Fitzroy, and they've really let themselves down. I mean, you've got to give credit to Fitzroy. They kept coming.
Rogan cleverly playing the corner there. That was very nicely done. It'll be Ahmed with the set piece here. He had Caro in the centre. Partamos can strike off both feet. Plays it across to Rogan. Rogan off the right, and good goalkeeping to prevent Scott Rogan from scoring.
Big save there from Mazen Abdallah. He's somehow doesn't look too well. We know he's had injuries, concerns with his shoulder. Let's just hope it is okay and it's just a slight little knock. You know, he's an absolute warrior when it comes to keeping. And he's not looking good at all whatsoever, and he's requesting to come off. And I'm not sure if Campbellfield have a reserve keeper.
Well, some trouble here for Campbellfield. Maybe a blood nose here for Abdallah. Just clutching the bridge of his nose, and they'll check that out.
That's not a good sign for Campbellfield, because it means they're forcing now. That looks like Arturo Diaz might have to go in goals. They don't have a backup keeper.
Not what you want when Fitzroy have so much scoring momentum on their side. And indeed it will be Arturo Diaz now in goal for Campbellfield. Hopefully Abdallah can come back on once he gets that nose checked out. Partamos. Caro with a fake and Rogan off the right. I really do like what I've seen from Caro tonight, particularly that assist, that beautiful floated assist on the last goal was just superb from Caro.
Absolutely. He just used all his experience and knowledge in the game and knew where Sil would be. And, Campbellfield, if they could restart the second half again, I'm sure they'll press the reset button. But look, it is what it is. They need to just focus now. There's plenty of time left. We'll go to a quick ad break. We'll be back after these messages.
Are the floodgates about to open in Fitzroy's favour? Or can Campbellfield stem the tide? And what a tide it's been. Ownership from Campbellfield in the first half. Signed the pink slips for Fitzroy so far in the second half. Arturo playing goalkeeper. Abdullah is off injured.
Confirmation, Michael, it's just a blood nose, so let's just hope it's a quick recovery. He can come back on because Campbellfield absolutely need him back in goals.
15 minutes remains in the second half of this Victoria Clubs Cup semi-final. Off the head of Chobani. Ahmed here with the ball. Finds Caro. Finds Rogan. Back to Caro. Caro down the right. Ahmed shielding nicely. Just went out of play. Couldn't control it. The intelligence of Caro really shining through tonight here in Thomastown. Chobani. Short ball, tried to find Nathan Long. Top of the D here for Campbellfield. Can they open something up? You see Fitzroy pressing. Rogan was in there. Keeper saw it and cleared.
Interesting to note they haven't had a chance at goal as yet so far, so really the pressure is on Campbellfield. At least got to put the pressure back on, have a few shots, maybe even if it is from range. You just got to do something differently. They can't afford to sit back because Fitzroy will sense that and really punish him. And the Turo looking like he's coming out to play the fifth man, but surprisingly goes back in as Caro there heading that one out. So maybe that's the plan. They might play fifth man as Chobani. Just mucking around with it at the moment now, Campbellfield.
Daniel Sosa with the corner. Chobani to take it on the right boot and again goes out for another corner. Third in a row here. Can Campbellfield fashion something? Chichek. Taken by Rogan. The break was on. Nice defense though. Chichek. Caro. Rogan down the centre corridor. Foul. No doubt about that one. The card coming out to try and stop the run from Scott Rogan.
Yeah, and it was a professional foul there from Nathan Long. He had to stop Scotty Rogan because they were off and running, and that could easily been a goal. And you could see, looks like the Mad Cat, Mazen Abdullah, is back in goals, which is fantastic to see. So Campbellfield get some confidence back, but now it's just got to get this set play. They've got to survive this and really push on from here.
One-man wall, no, it's two-man wall. Caro and Rogan discussing tactics here. Caro just directing traffic to Abdurazak Ahmed, telling him to stand right on the line of the D on that right-hand side of your screen, the top right. Can they fashion goal number 4 here, Fitzroy, from a set piece? It's Caro to Ahmed, to Rogan. Tight angle into the keeper. Campbellfield. Had a chance on the break. Caro back in possession and Rogan. You've heard it all night, haven't you? Caro, Rogan, Rogan, Caro. Back to Caro on the right side.
Oh.
Took a deflection. Good goalkeeping there. The break's on now for Campbellfield. Can they square it?
Good save by Lewis there. Now the game started to pick up the pace a little bit.
Rogan has a shot and it's blocked by Chichak.
12 minutes left. Plenty of time for either side.
Tremendously entertaining battle. We are locked at 3 goals apiece. Corner here from Scott Rogan. Got Caro waiting. Finds him. Caro to Sewell. Beautifully done. Opportunity. It's number 4. After trailing 3-0, Fitzroy now lead 4-3.
And as we said, Harry Robotis just coming up at the right time, right place. And what a massive goal that is. They were coming, Campbellfield, but just the smarts there from Andre Caro, and good there through the legs, and then just sold Mazen Abdallah, then still had to do a bit of work and just got it in, and Harriet Bottas gets the lead for Fitzroy.
It is the magic of the assists of Andre Caro all night tonight. You can see why he's the most coveted player with 10 league titles. The high IQ he brings to the court every single time, and his assists have been spot on. 4-3 Fitzroy with 10 minutes 45 remaining. Glancing ahead of there as Campbellfield try to come from behind for the first time tonight. Rogan to Sewell. Rogan again off the right. Flashes it wide. Campbellfield need to pick up the intensity, lift the aggression. Chabani. Rogan again, slaloms through the centre. And there's number 5. Indeed, the floodgates have opened. 5-3 Fitzroy with under 10 minutes to go.
And we said it, Harriet Bottas back-to-back goals, and that was a very clinical finish there. Once again, Rogan coming through, and then Harry just seen the slightest of gaps and then picked his spot and put away. And as you said, Michael, floodgates could start to very much open here. Campbellfield really just have no answers at the moment.
Campbellfield seem to have lost their mojo. It was going so well for them in the opening half. Rogan has decimated them, so has Caro. We've seen Robotis, back-to-back goals. We've seen Sewell. What a comeback from Fitzroy. 5 goals in a row from them. Caro again. Good goalkeeping. Clears the ball.
9 minutes to go, plenty of time left. They can come back. They've just got to get the next one.
Campbellfield. Nice little back heel intended there for De Silva, but was sandwiched between 2 Fitzroy players. Partamos and Allen on the pitch now. Partamos, one of the best one-on-one dribblers in the league. The confidence will be oozing through every Fitzroy player wanting to get on the score sheet now. Just over the head there of Diaz. Sewell, Allen. Trying to dance around them was Chichek. Lots of instructions being barked from the bench of Campbellfield. It's on now for Rogan. Has a shot into the side of goal.
He's just panicking at the moment, Campbellfield now. They're just rushing each possession. They just need to settle down and continue on. Be clinical with each pass. And that's going to be a silly foul to give right in front of the goals again. So this is where Campbellfield slowly start to creep up. They're on 3 fouls. They don't want to give Fitzroy easy goals.
Rogan to take this set piece. Is he going to have a big crack at it? It's quite the run-up. He does indeed. Looks for the low right corner. And good goalkeeping there from Abdallah.
Another big save.
Corner here for Fitzroy. Ahmed couldn't get a hold of it. Is the charge on now for Campbellfield? To Silva. Just got blocked nicely there from Josh Allen. Allen with the kick in. Rogan to Partamos. Partamos tries to square it for Allen. Couldn't maintain possession. João de Silva ruining a missed opportunity to make more of that.
They're just, just at the moment, their head's all over the spot and really just can't connect the dots at the moment. And Fitzroy will sense that and just really frustrate them now with possession futsal. And that's where the gaps get created and the goals will start to open up for them. You can see Joel Da Silva under the pump there.
Allen, nicely done to put that one out of play. Kick in here from Josh Allen. Rogan off the right, blocked in defence. Allen again. And just goes out of play. Under 6 minutes remaining for Campbellfield. They need 2 goals to tie it back up after leading 3-0 at a half-time. Allen. Rogan. Goes alone. Far side of the court, off the left boot, good goalkeeping. Partamos! It's 6-3 now. The 19-year-old Elias Partamos cracks it into the back of the net.
And that's why they're such a great team. And you can see patient build-up here. Scotty Rogan went for the run and then just picked out Elias Partamos. It's a good initial save there from the Madcap, but then Partamos just seen an opening there and puts it away, and this is where the floodgates have started to open up. We see a similar pattern to last week. And now Fitzroy, 6 straight goals to no answer. And Campbellfield, you can just see they're just wondering what they can possibly do to get back in this game.
You see the dismay on the face of the Campbellfield players who have lost their mojo, have lost their spark.
And it looks like Nathan Long's going to be playing a keeper, so looks like the Mazen Abdallah might not be able to continue from that injury from earlier on in the second half, so this could get really ugly really soon here, Michael.
Allen with the kick in. Fitzroy. At one stage, it's almost unbelievable to think back now to half-time. They were 3-0 down. They've put 6 consecutive goals on the scoreboard. With 4 minutes 20 remaining, it would need a miracle for Campbellfield to come back. Ahmed now. Keeps it in play. Partamos. Rogan. Good goalkeeping.
Yeah, just had to get whatever he could on the end of that one and scramble to get rid of the ball. And you can see Fitzroy now just treating it as a training exercise, and they'll look to just finish out the game.
Floated over the top, hoping for Ahmed. Partamos to bring it back in for Fitzroy. That deadly duo of Rogan and Caro on the court. Here's Caro now, right foot! That is sensational! Andre Caro with a beautiful play. And that makes it 7.
And it's 7 heaven for Fitzroy. You can see the replay here. And Elias Partamos knew what was required. It's a short one in. Rogan, they've probably done this 100 times in training, and Caro kept running, and it's just a clinical finish there. And he puts it 7 away.
That ball just set up perfectly for Caro. And now it's a matter of trying to maintain some sort of dignity on the scoreboard for Campbellfield. There's no way they're going to win it, but can they at least get 1 goal back just to maintain some sense of pride, having been 3-0 up at half-time and having conceded 7 goals in a row?
It's just something I don't think we've seen from a team just capitulate like they have. They had a fantastic first half, but second half they've been second-rate in everything, and Fitzroy just shown why they are the premier team in Australia, and they put 7 past Campbellfield.
That's the man that Campbellfield need to fire now. Pimenta scored the second goal in the 3 they have on the board. The first one from Cicek, second Pimenta, third from Da Silva. And after that, just the swag of goals from Fitzroy. Nice little play there from Pimenta, but he's all on his own here, trying to go around Ahmed. Bundled off the ball. Partamos, great dribbler, the teenager, to Ahmed. Tried to slip it past the keeper.
So it looks like it's going to be a yellow card to Danny Chobani there for remonstrating with the referee. Obviously, they wanted the foul on Enrique Pimenta, but referee seen nothing of it. Robotis coming back on. Final 2 minutes of this game left to go.
Partamos. Ahmed. Sul. Back to Partamos. Grinding down the clock a little here, Fitzroy. And the ball goes out of play. Chobani brings it back into play. Cut out by Ahmed. Sul looking for Partamos. Good combination here. Sul with an attempt.
And you can see they're lining up to score, and unlucky they didn't put that away. They're just treating it as a casual kick in the park. But, minute 20 left to go. Well, good save there by Long. And that's his hat-trick.
It is number 8. What a scoreline. 8 consecutive goals for Fitzroy. They have made it look far too easy in the second half.
And you can see here it was initial shot there from Josh Allen. Good save from Nathan Long. And then Harry Bottas to get his third. And we said at the start of the game, he's one to watch. And
he was your dark horse, Alex. You called it right.
And he's delivered in spades.
Chobani trying to go around Allen. 1 minute 14 remains. They'll already be celebrating in Fitzroy. Partamos. A tremendous comeback. It was always the danger, though, with a team of this calibre. An attempt there, gone astray for Campbellfield. Rogan and Caro, who aren't on the court at the moment, just so dominant all night. Robotis scoring a hat-trick. Sewell amongst the scorers as well. It has been a real team effort with some exceptional standouts. Allen, Partamos sharing the ball. Another foul.
And that could be a red card from Pimenta. He's just got his second yellow in a space of 30 seconds and he's off. And that's just frustrations from Pimenta. And that's their 5th foul, so there'll be a man down, a minute left to go. And Enrique Pimenta being sent off, so that just sums up their evening.
As you said, Alex, frustration there for the tricky Brazilian winger, Enrique Pimenta. Allen brings the ball into play. Partamos back to Allen. Are we going to see a 9th goal for Fitzroy? From the corner now. Allen off the left, and it is indeed 9-3. A thumping left boot there from Josh Allen. And again, Campbellfield hold and hang their heads low.
You can see here from a set piece, Sewell bring it in. Josh Allen there just rifling that one. He's seen there's enough space there and bangs it away. And then it's 9 straight for Fitzroy. And now it's just counting out the last 30-odd seconds left.
Partamos has Allen. Allen back to Partamos. Centres the ball. Allen again. Calls for the corner. But it's a goalkeeper's ball. It has been an absolute avalanche of a second half here for Fitzroy. Allen again. It's just so unbelievable. Trailing 3-0 at a halftime. It was a fairy tale story from Campbellfield. There's number 4 for them, but it hardly matters. It was a fairy tale first half, 3-0 up. But since then, 9 goals put in by Fitzroy and only the 1 in the second half. This one from Campbellfield.
Yeah, and it was a good all-around play here. Souza cut it back and Cicek finishes it off, but too little, too late. They really needed that at the start, and well, what a performance that was from Fitzroy. They really put Campbellfield to the sword, and it's unexplainable. I think most people at home would have thought, Campbellfield are home and host 3-0 at half-time, but again, Fitzroy, that's why the best team in the country, and they managed to put 9 goals away. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a player interview right after this. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've got Harry Bottas. Harry, firstly, congratulations on your own performance, but what a match that was. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was a very good game to play. First half was very slow. Second half, a lot more better, a lot more fun to play. Goals started flowing. Yeah, a good win.
Talk us through it. First half, you're down 3-0. What was the message from the boys about, just keeping your heads in the game?
Just move the ball quicker. We're moving the ball very slow the first half. Move it quicker. Pass and move, drive through, and yeah.
We called it at the start that you were going to be the dark horse in this game, that you were going to, really switch it on tonight. How did you feel out there? Because, we've seen your performance over the last couple of weeks. Tonight, you were just absolutely spectacular. What was the difference tonight between that and other weeks?
I guess tonight was my night. I scored some goals.
Yeah.
It was good to score a few goals. I scored 3. We just played well. Yeah, had a good game. Good team performance second half. Yeah.
What was the message from Gab at halftime? There was just like you said, keep the ball moving quicker.
Yeah, just keep our heads in the game.
Yeah.
The game wasn't lost. Plenty of time. Just move the ball. Yeah.
Once you got a couple of goals ahead, did you guys feel that you could just really? Did you sense that Campbellfield were out of the game, or did you just go, no, let's just continue on with our good work?
I feel like we grew more into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played better, moving the ball around. I think we grew more into the game, played more our style.
Yep.
And yeah, led to it.
Well, congratulations on your own performance and the win into the grand final back to back. So it's great to see.
Thank you very much.
Look, we're going to end this telecast. Stay tuned. Next one, it's Yarra All Stars versus Western Wolves coming up right after this. Don't go away. We'll be back shortly.